What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Taurus, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Cause it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, and how are you feeling, Taurus? Your rulers, well, depending on when you're watching this, your rulers are getting ready to move into Sagittarius today. I think she moves at about 3:21, 3:20s p.m. Eastern time. There's Taurus, so yeah, I feel like this is going to be great energy for you to start. After going through that intense energy of Scorpio, now you're in a more kind of livelier, optimistic, adventurous type of energy there. So, and then Jupiter's about to go direct in your sign. You got a lot that's going to be going up here, Taurus. Big energy, but also with this weekly spread. Whenever you have to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Taurus, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Taurus. Now, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Taurus, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Taurus, so definitely check them out. Very powerful, intuitives that they all are. Very great insights that they bring. I think you'd enjoy them. Links for a couple of astrologers that I also like watching their Taurus, so if you wanted to broaden your knowledge outside of Celestial News Monthly, definitely do that there, Taurus. And then I got some links for some apps that I like working with. I'm going to start putting some. I'm about to hook that description box up there, Taurus, so definitely stay tuned for all these updates. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. And look at you, Taurus, rising up. Because you got the 6th card here, which is Up from the Depths. And this is a card of releasing difficulty. You know, Taurus, I feel this energy is asking for you here. Because this is giving me almost like a Ten of Swords type of energy here. Where if we've been stuck in a certain type of energy, we've been having something where I don't know, this just been kind of keep bringing you down. Maybe there's a situation from the past that we're having troubles, having difficulties releasing, or maybe there's a certain way that we're seeing ourselves that we're having troubles releasing, or maybe seeing others, or whatever this is. I feel like we're keeping bottled up. I feel like this sunlight here, and really feel that, Taurus. I really feel this sunlight is trying to invite you to feel a lot lighter, to not to essentially almost kind of come up from air, to come out from the basement in a sense, and just kind of see life from a different perspective when we do start to release these, like whatever this baggage is. I feel like that may be kind of holding on to you, Taurus. And this is interesting too, because depending on when you're watching this, we just had that full moon in Cancer not too long ago, and that would have been forming sextiles with your Taurus placements. It specifically happened at the 5th degree, so those with the 5th degree would have really felt that. But that's a very emotional place for the moon to be, and that was on the same day that Chiron happened to go direct as well. So there was a lot of emotional type of releasing energies that can be happening there. And Taurus, I feel too, if we do find ourselves clinging on to something, you know, and if we're, you know, just really just latching on to this narrative, I feel like this sun is like inviting you to just really kind of probe as to why, you know, what is that about? Because it's tricky with fixed energy. You know, you being a fixed sign, sure, you know, stubborn. Taurus, I feel like gets the brunt of the stubbornness factor of when all fixed signs are stubborn, and you don't even have to be a fixed sign to be stubborn. I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and there are some things that I can be very stubborn with, and that I, you know, some things that I need to work on sometimes, and especially couple that being a Cancer sun, that's always a tricky one, but I do find that, and take from me, Taurus, the more that you do release some of these things that keep you locked down, I don't know, it's just like just it feels like your journey would be just a lot lighter, Taurus. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details with this. Very, very interesting, Taurus. Your first card here is the Nine of Swords, and that's what I feel like happens when. Yeah, when we hold on, because now you got a lot of stuff here. Uranus, the Fool here is still in your sign for the next couple of years. Oh, no kidding. And I wish I would have. Oh, this no. Okay. All right, Taurus. Thank you. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here, because I was feeling that too, and for a reason. Because this card is the 6th card here, which is the Lover's energy. And you have the Lovers here, Taurus. You have the Lovers, the Page of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Nine of Swords upright. And then you have the 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse here. And with that Lover's card here, Taurus, the Lover's card can be a choice. And where I'm not saying a situation was difficult for you to go through, that there may even be some traumas here, some PTSD, whatever this is looking like there, Taurus. And this is something too, if you feel that you need to see like a professional there to help along with this, Taurus, there's nothing wrong with that. You know you're in a judgment-free zone. You know I'm a kick with you all along the way of this journey. But I do feel that if there is something that something that has happened to you, I do feel like we have a choice in the fact that, like, we may not be able to change what has happened, but I do feel with the Page of Pentacles here, we can change how it can affect us. We don't have to be necessarily we don't have to be something of the past. You know, when people say that, and I'm trying to recall which sign I said this to. I just said this to a different sign where I was talking about that energy of when people say that, like, people can't change. I don't think that's true, Taurus. I feel that people can change, but they have to choose, the Lovers, to change. Because the thing is, we do have free will in this. We may know that we need to change something, but if we don't want to give the energy towards that, then that's fine. You know, higher self isn't going to look at you any differently, but that's not going to make the life easier there, Taurus, you know, because it's giving into vibrations that are keeping you low, they're keeping you. And I feel like you, like, when we're talking about that Cancer energy, you, like Cancer, need to listen to your body signals, you know, and how you feel. Cancer is more so on an emotional level, but yours is more on a physical level. But the two, and I feel like that's why Cancer and Taurus kind of get along so well, because they do understand that feeling aspect. Granted, it's different, but there are that self-esteem aspect of it is where I feel like those two unite. And when things don't feel right for you, Taurus, those aren't indicators that this is just going to how things are going to be just indefinitely. This is the body trying to hint you hint at you to change something up, that this is like, hey, we need to close out a cycle and start something new here and change this vibration, release whatever this difficulty is. And it's, again, it's not going to be easy. It's not, I feel like it's not just be like, bam, healed, Taurus. Wouldn't that be lovely? But there is work that has to go through to that. Is a lot that I feel like with this four of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is like your reserves, almost, in a sense. It's going to ask a lot of you in this healing and this releasing there. But I feel that as we go to empty out some of this energy here, this allows you to feel, and just is with newness there, Taurus, and kind of really, yeah, pay attention to how we can get ourselves back into this balance. But all right, Taurus, I like that. I think I'm gonna leave that there. Strong start. I like that. I got this lover's energy. Now let's get another one on this, Taurus. Oh, that's fantastic, Taurus. Absolutely. Thank you. And the world energy, now I'm going to say it, because it's world energy that's coming through. Here's the 21st card there, Taurus. You had Archangel, Zadkiel. Let's try saying that again. And he's an angel of, or they're an angel of self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness there, Taurus. And I feel like that's, especially when it comes to releasing this difficulty. And if this is something that not did something, we're really on both ends, Taurus. If this was something that maybe had happened to you by someone, or if this is something that we did ourselves. Well, for the self-acceptance, I do feel like it is more so along the lines of, if we made a mistake in the past, Taurus, that these mistakes don't have to define us if we choose to. There was a narrative that I played for a long time, and it wasn't the fact that it wasn't real, how I was feeling, but I was giving it a lot of energy and a lot of power, and it really kept me from really seeing the sunlight. There was a time where it was just when I think back, it was surrounded by abundance. But I remember sitting on this porch where I was living at the time, and just kind of looking out. The sun was rising. I'd gotten up really early, and the sun was rising up. Just kind of looking around, and just disgusted. And it's just like, man, it was a very tough vibration to be in. But I've learned since then to meet that person that saw that energy with compassion, because they were going through something, and you may have been going through something there too, Taurus. But I do feel, especially if this is a self thing, something we may have caused. Forgiveness is a very powerful tool there, Taurus. It allows you to free yourself up for what has transpired, and how can we be different going forward. And maybe this is something, if people have been maybe telling you that, oh, you'll never change, or you're never this, you're so stubborn, you're so this and that. If we choose to take on that narrative, then yeah, we could prove them right, or we can show them compassion, like, okay, I see where you come from, why you would say that. I'm gonna prove otherwise, and again, accept yourself for where you were at, and that you have grown. The fact that you see yourself that, oh, I wasn't quite operating at my best then. Even that in itself, that's massive growth there, Taurus. And it's all just going to be uphill there, but we got to take those steps upward. And going up, how it is going upstairs, Taurus. Sometimes it gets hard. Your legs get burnt out. It's tough, but it makes you stronger each time. But let's get some very Queen of Cups energy, even that's coming through that with that Archangel. But let's get some tarot on this, some clarifiers with that, Taurus. Mm. Interesting, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the Page of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Four of Wands and the King of Pentacles upright here, Taurus. And I feel with the Page of Cups for some, if this is something that maybe someone had did to us. You know, one thing I like to say about this is where I would never absolve someone or say that you should just absolve someone for something that they may have done to you, Taurus. But I do feel too that there is at some point though, if they've done something to you, you know, and to keep replaying that out, where I get it, feeling, you know, all kinds of way about something like that, but why give them any more power than they've already have, you know, that you've already put in here in a sense. This six of pentacles, I feel like this is like we've given enough of our emotional energy to a certain situation there. It's time to, you know, even I feel like if this is a person, you don't have to necessarily, you can forgive the person and not forgive the action, because that was not okay. You know, that did not, you know, that was not a great vibration to be in. But I do feel like that there is this change of perspective or a view that's coming with the Hanged Man here, to see what it could be like to, you know, again, put this energy on an action, because actions, you know, they that becomes discernment, because we know what we will or will not put up with in the future there, even when it comes to self too, you know, that forgiveness of self, like saying, like, instead of like, oh, I did this thing, like, or I don't hope that this makes sense, Taurus, but you know, it's more so just like as far as like putting it on the action, because then that kind of just comes and go, where the person may be around for a while, and to have that just be a label, be when you see them, that's just a reminder that you get, that's exhausting after a while. And I feel that it's building this new ground here, not allowing a certain situation or something here from the past to take up any more of your abundance there, Taurus. To be in this energy where you can celebrate the fact of, celebrate compassion, you know, celebrate this energy of release, you know, that you can finally feel like you're moving on, that you're stepping towards your highest. And again, that's not easy, letting that stuff go. And there might be even little triggers along the way there, Taurus, that that might bring this energy back up, but it takes time. But I do feel like that there comes this acceptance here, again, that we all make mistakes, but we can all grow from them as well. And that it's not our job too to even like force this awareness or this thing, you know. It's just like, yeah, this is very kind of broad thing I feel like to kind of talk about here. We can talk about that for a minute, Taurus, but hopefully you kind of got me where I'm going with that. But I think I'm gonna move on from there. Now let's get your last oracle card here, Taurus. Oh, that's lovely, Taurus. That's a nice little. And I like how this, because I feel like that is how the process can go, Taurus. Because now you got the ninth card here, which is the healing card, Hermit energy, and this is a card of love, acceptance, and romance. And I feel like a lovely little period to put on this little journey here, Taurus, Because I feel that's what happens. You know, you put in, you really start to release these difficulties. You begin to get this sort of emotional wisdom, like this very King of Cups type of energy, where it's like we have this understanding, we've had this compassion for ourselves and for others, and we pour this love and this acceptance for what a situation was, and it just blooms all of this love and understanding. And I feel like it's not like we're just letting go of stuff and letting people just walk all over you and just, but now we can express healthier boundaries. You know, we can say it's just like, oh well, that's, you know what, while you're vibrating here, I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna send you love and light, but that's just not how I'm gonna roll. You know, like we can still be, in you know, still be assertive, but it's in a different type of light there. It's not coming from a place of judgment or like, oh, that's just how y'all act, or you know, like, oh, or you know what I mean, Taurus. It's different. It's more so, and I feel like it's just like it's so easy. I feel like to kind of fall back and forth between that because you know, since you know, it's not like I'm saying we have to be all rigid there, Taurus. You know, people make mistakes. It's fun to laugh at and things like that, but. But ultimately, Taurus, you know, I feel like where we can meet others. That's a better way of putting it. We can meet others as deeply as we've met ourselves. So I feel like this is really inviting you to learn to love and accept all aspects of yourself. And I almost feel like it's like you, in this romance way, it's like you falling in love with yourself all over again, like learning the how how imaginative you are, or how and think about just how you've grown, and just like yeah, I don't know, Taurus. Just something really sweet. I feel like can kind of happen with that. But all right, let me get your last little few tarot cards here, then we'll wrap this up here, Taurus. And who knows here, Taurus? You know, if this is some sort of, because you do got the lovers here, you got a lot of, a little bit of love popping through there. If we do have something where we were just got out of a love thing, ooh, but yeah, if we just got out of a love thing, but I feel like you've learned to heal from that. You know, more love can be on the horizon. Oh, interesting there, Taurus. How fascinating. Hmm. All right. This is an interesting ending there, Taurus. So you have the Chariot, the Eight of Swords, you have the Chariot, the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Swords in reverse, and then you have the Ten of Swords and the King of Wands upright here. And let's switch back over here, Taurus. Because I feel with this energy here, for some it feels like that there's this sort of resistance with this idea that might be coming through with the Page of this camera feels like it's like shifted all, this is about turned all the way around there, Taurus. But it feels like that we might be resisting some type of energy here, because with the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords can be that energy of rock bottom. You know, you're really just at your lowest there. This thing, because I mean, to have the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords all out and playing here, Taurus, those are some harsh sword cards. Especially they're all Gemini's cards, and but I like that they're all Gemini's cards, and consider you got Gemini here, the lovers, but Gemini is about duality, and you can either focus on one side of the track or you can focus on another side of the track, but I feel like it's about bringing those two in balance because they both need each other. In order to spark this level of growth, there's this need for challenge, you know, and I feel like it's like these difficult situations that you come into, they're meant to fuel you into taking action, into how can we get things back on track here with the Chariot. You know, how do we come up from this, whatever this low may be, whatever this kind of trap deep down where we started, you know, and how do we, you know, how much love and self-care and things do we need in order to get back to heal this heart there, Taurus. Because I feel like, well, a good start of that is acknowledging and knowing that you can, that you know that everything waxes and wanes. The happiness, the sadness, the joy, the misery, the boredom, the excitement. You know, everything has a cycle, and I feel that it's as we kind of free our mind up there, Taurus, is very interesting with this Eight of Swords being reversed. It's like this, not trying to get stuck in those facts. You know, letting the tough times derail you, but maybe allowing them to, instead of a derailment, this is more of like the universe is asking you to just kind of park your chariot for a little bit. You know, when we have this, and it's like we're hitting bumpy roads there. It's like, okay, what can I do to, you know, when you find yourself kind of getting caught up, like, what do I need to do to kind of get back on track, to get down and just kind of find your due north there, Taurus. But do remember, though, in all of that, you know, big thing with that is that your thoughts do become things, Taurus, and you are very expert builders and manifestors in this realm, there being an earth sign. So be, even again with your thoughts, be careful what you can even build up in your head, because that will manifest into your reality. And having such potent building skills there, Taurus, that can be tough, you know, to build. Well, it doesn't have to be tough, because the nice thing is with the Eight of Swords, it's a self-imposed prison. So you know how you built it up. You just got to, but sometimes we get a little tricky, so then we might think we're, you know, you gotta, deconstructing can be a little tricky, but you know how you built it, Taurus, so you can bring it back down as well there. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Taurus. A little something to think about. But if you like that, if anything resonated with you, Taurus, give it a thumbs up and share this, Taurus, because I do feel like this was a nice, how things moved around. I feel like this is the cycle. Sometimes we get stuck. You know, we got to process some things. We heal, we forgive, we compassion, and then we love and we accept things where we're always said that's the universe doing its things. The lesson that my soul needed. All right, let's get back on this. Go chariot. You know, it's something like that, Taurus. And then subscribe there, you chariot. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And speaking of this chariot so many times, look at you getting a house ticket to come over to my other channel. Not that you need it. But if you have any Cancer in your placement there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, come on over to the chariot and friends. There are very few signs that I can say Venus, so when I can say it, I am really excited about it. Even your, oh no, not that, no, I'm pushing it. But, yeah, I discussed lunar shenanigans on there. Taurus, talk about where the do tarot card spreads based on where the moon phases are at. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here. Look at our ruler popping up. I told you that's all we talk about is lunar shenanigans. You got the High Priestess here, Taurus. And, you know, Taurus, like I was saying, that you're the Hierophant in this deck. And this is your wifey here, Master Intuitive. And you know, I feel with the High Priestess being here, the High Priestess is just even thinking about the moon. The moon is, when you think about like your sun, your moon, and your rising, like your rising sign is like how you come across, you know, just how your first impressions. Then you go inside like your, it's like your house, and then you go inside your living room, that'd be your sun sign. And then your moon sign is your bedroom. You know, that's the private part of you that only those close to you get to see. And I feel that there is this energy here of that maybe even you haven't been in that bedroom in a while there, Taurus. That there's some sides of us that we're not looking at, you know, behind this curtain, behind this, and that's interesting there. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a curtain, but for the sake of this analogy, it's like that there's something behind this curtain here that the High Priestess knows she needs to deal with, and that it can lead to a lot of growth, but it's just like you just know how it's gonna feel. That initial feeling isn't going to be so great. But I feel that it's not going to be any better if we just let that fester there, Taurus, because the longer we don't deal with it, the bigger that it gets, and then the harder that it gets to deal with it, you know. Then it's just like your thoughts becoming things are becoming more mammoth than they really need to be, literally turning an anthill into a mountain. So, you know, when your intuition tells you that there's something that's needed to be dealt with, it's not trying to rush you there, Taurus. But I do feel like it's just something to get eyes on, to kind of shine some light, to allow it to breathe, and then to figure out how it does resonate with you and what areas do we need to grow, to fix, to slow down, to process, to adjust, and things along those lines. So I dig that. Oh, that was a nice little bit with the high priestess. She's normally not that chatty. Now let's get your other oracle card here, Taurus, so I can get you out of here. Alright, Taurus. Thank you. Ha! That's fantastic, Taurus. I love it again. I love the way that you're ending this, Taurus. You have the joy card here. And that's a nice note to end on. You know, Taurus, because I feel like that's what's at the end of. I mean, you already showed me once that's at the end of this here, and way to show me again. We trust that intuition. We dealt with those things, and you know, especially I feel like if this is something like this joy card is almost giving me this feeling of just like, when was the last time that we really felt like just genuine joy there, Taurus? Just really just been not burdened by whatever this thing is that we've been kind of holding for a while, and seeing how maybe these things that we do hold on to affect your joy there, Taurus. And if we notice that things have been out of whack there, that's the universe inviting you to make those adjustments there, to shift things into the way that you want them to go, to pass through this like, I feel like this Four of Wands is like this check mark, or this or not check mark, checkpoint, or like even like this finish line. It's just like celebration could be right there, Taurus. Joy is waiting to cheer with you on the other side of this, but we have to pass through some, because even, you know, these cards here, you know, they have these, you got a lot of these golden cards here with the Fool, the Four Wands, King of Pentacles, but you do got some a lot of these kind of darker cards too, a couple gray cards there. So, but I like that, those, even that we're going from the darkness, you got a little bit of everything there, journeying to the light there, to this gold energy there, Taurus. So I think I'm going to leave that there. A lot of joy on the horizon there. I'm with that. And I feel you'll probably feel that too, Taurus. You know, Jupiter's been kind of flirting around in your sign for a little bit. He's back at like the 5th, maybe even almost the 4th degree now. Yeah, I want to say about, yeah, even like the 4th degree now. But he's going to start getting back moving again there, Taurus. And the energies, I feel we're all going to feel that shift. And we're definitely going to need it when things get, other planets get to move. It's going to be an interesting year, 2024. But, yeah, you stay safe out there, Taurus. Dealing with these things, these sort of, whatever it is that's kind of been bothering you, from the keeping you down or keeping your weight down there. Approach it with compassion, love, self-care, Taurus, joy, whatever that's looking like for you. Raise your vibration through the roof. Yeah, take care of yourself there, Taurus. It's first and foremost, make sure that your heart's feeling good, that you're feeling in balance there, and that everything's you're feeling well. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.